Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and we've got a nice, gray, foggy Tuesday morning. Seems like a perfect time to sit down and try to catch up on some Wizard of Legend episodes that I missed, just because of how busy things have been over the last few days. And this time, we've had a very interesting one in the form of, well, the other side of the theme run poll. Today we're going to be doing the theme run for Leatherback, one of the big kaiju monsters from the movie Pacific Rim. So for those of you who either aren't aware or just don't remember the movie very well, Leatherback is essentially a kaiju that looks like a big old ape. Which, I mean, I guess since it's designed to look a little bit like a silverback ape, that would explain the name Leatherback. Just kind of a play on that. But what Leatherback has going for her that is much different from a lot of the other kaiju in that movie is that she has essentially a big electromagnetic pulse move that she uses to disable 3 of the giant robots, or in other words, Jaegers. So yeah, it's actually responsible for one of the big pivotal points in the movie that ends up defining the rest of the climax. So, there you go. As far as everything else, it's all pretty standard stuff. We're going with the rule rope for the damage and armor boost because, hey, that makes a lot of sense for what this creature is. We're using Radiant Blast to go along with the electromagnetic thing, same with Shock Nova. Glacial Cross because Big Punch, Wavefront because Plow Through Things. It's pretty simple. I am going to change my starting relic, though. We're going to take Cartographer's Krill. Poof. We're going to retake your elementary school English and see if we can't do any better at it the second time around. No, we're going to take Cartographer's Quill because I really feel as though that's going to, in the long run, be better for me. Yeah, you get an immediate start of 8% with the Amulet of Sundering, but the Cartographer's Quill will actually be about 4% per floor, assuming that we explore every nook and cranny of the floor, which, again, not a problem. Let's see. I would like to start, yeah, there. Just front load the difficulty, get this part over with, and hopefully everything else will be easier. Atlas, lick my taint. Okay, so, never mind, that backfired, as it almost always does. Can we just not have Atlas in spot 3, just for once? Okay, what do we have here? You know what, actually I'm going to take the Reactive Vine Mail. Alright, so a little disappointing that we once again, for like the billionth time, have Atlas in spot 3. Now again, I know it's essentially a 1 in 3 chance, but boy, it seems to come up a lot. I don't know if I'm just personally just plagued with horrible luck. Trick question, I already know that that's the case. And I'm hoping you're willing to give me bonus points for effective use of a spike trap. Didn't even get to summon your mobs. Serves you right. So one thing I didn't go into when I started talking about Leatherback and Pacific Rim in general is that the kaiju in that movie have something going for them that you don't normally see in a lot of the other movies, and at least movies involving big monsters. Now, I could be wrong about this, or I could be reading differently into the other kaiju that have ever existed. Oh look, this room, I hate this room. Alright, let's, instead of just running and bait them. I hate Lancers so much. I mean, just of all varieties. This isn't an elemental thing, I just hate Lancers of all varieties. Robe upgrade is definitely a good thing, and we will come back to that in a bit. Like, this is where I missed terrain. Remember, this isn't a waste of time. We're doing this partially to find more money, and partially to power up the cartographer's quill. Well, I mean, that's pointless. Ooh, shock assault. You know what? I'm gonna take it. Not only does that make good sense for what Leatherback is, just a big hulking brute of a monster that just likes to smash things with big heavy clobbering fists, but it's another electric brute, and as we've already established, we have a big electromagnetic monster that does big electromagnetic things, like disable nuclear power grids in order to smash giant robots and splatter their pilots. Pretty standard stuff, really. Hey, why are you not dead? Is it just me, or do the monsters seem to have way more HP than they should? I don't actually want that because I have a rather close-range build, and the ball lightnings that Cabby's citrus candies throw out really have an immense amount of knockback, so I'd rather not. But what I was saying before, when I got interrupted by being super rude, is that one of the things that differentiate the kaiju of the Pacific Rim is that they're not just big hulking monsters. They are that, but they're also very intelligent. Yeah, I screwed up pretty hard there. There we go. Got anything good for me, sir? Can't take that. Like, it's not a bad spell, the only one I took it now, so... I couldn't remember if it was Whirling Wind Agent or Spiraling Typhoon, so... I picked it up just to make sure, but no, it's not a spell that I think makes a lot of sense for... Okay, so I know what I just said, but hear me out. I'm going to be going up against Atlas, and if you really put a lot of work into, well, first of all, not being an idiot and diving right into a hole, but if you really think about it, a monster with electromagnetic abilities would probably have the ability to... Okay, I see two things here I want. Oh, man. Okay, keep going. Well, a monster with electromagnetic abilities probably has at least some ability to cause the winds to whip and roil around them using their ability to semi-control a gravitational force using electromagnetics. Okay, what do the elemental parties do? Oh. Okay, that's pointless. Well, not pointless, but... And again, I don't want to take that because that's going to affect my movement. So, yeah, I'm kind of stretching in order to make Spiraling Typhoon work, but bear with me, it's going to make things a lot easier. Unless I completely miss... excuse me, why were you frozen? At this point, why aren't you dead? By the way, don't answer that question. I understand why the monster wasn't frozen. I'm just... Yeah, I just get really tired of the game using just minor occurrences to try to leg up on me. Like, come on, I've already mastered everything this game has to offer, and now you're just taking the piss out of me. Okay, wavefront upgrade, very nice. Yep, I'm okay with Knockout Boulder, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pick it up. Because there's just a few too many things that... I need to spend money on here. Gain gold when taking damage. I think that's going to be the better long-term choice. Hey, don't even get to react to the guy. He just shows up and immediately I just get killed. There's a reason why rogues are unnecessarily strong in this game. And definitely take Kasim's airy cloak. It's not really something that makes sense for Leatherback, but it makes sense for me. And you know, that's all that really makes sense, is it just needs to make sense for me. I'm already restricting myself on the grounds of Arcana that makes sense for the creature at hand. Ow. There we go. Alright. No, unfortunately, I can't justify that one no matter how hard I try. Yeah, but electromagnetics could probably burn the air, couldn't they? And create actual blades of fire? Sorry, that one I just can't justify. I can pull some BS out of my ass to justify spiraling typhoon, but not that one. How about stop with the bullshit, please? So I could give up shock assault in order to get something from the doctor, which I'm not 100% against the idea, in case you're wondering. I am going to wait to see if I can pick up the upgraded shock assault first, just so I don't end up losing that entirely. But if I have to, I will, because I would rather have the health and one of her relics. Sano's headband. Okay, I've had my spells interrupted a good few times now. I think I would rather that not be the case anymore. And again, Jade's Jewel Tiara. I love the idea of that relic, but what I don't love is the idea that that relic is broken. And that's what you deserve. Ain't got time for you assholes. What? How did that have that much of an area of effect? I'm starting to wonder if the game is making up its own rules. And yeah, it's a little bit of a pain that the only thing I have that even remotely qualifies as a projectile is wavefront. But you know what? That just means you have to think a little bit more before you just jump into things. Okay, so I can do this without giving up shock assault. So here's how we're gonna work this out. We're gonna go back, we're gonna talk to the doctor. Shock assault! Catalytic tonic. Well, alright then. Critical heals it's not the best thing I can think of, but, you know, it's something. Especially at only a 15% chance of them happening, it's a little disappointing, not gonna lie. I was really hoping for Elixir of Might, but... by complaining too much, I feel like I'm becoming a choosing beggar, and, you know, I'm not about that. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait on Radiant Blast until later. It's a shame, because it's one of the upgrades I really was looking forward to, but, you know, I dedicated myself to this. So, no complaints. I actually got what I wanted. I believe the phrase for that is, you made your bed, now you have to lie in it. By the way, I don't know if this is a thing or if I've got like a weird like placebo or maybe nocebo thing going on in my head, but does anyone else think that the startup time for Shock Assault is actually reduced when you upgrade it? Because I swear there's like a couple of frames startup on it when you use it without it being upgraded, and it just comes out faster once it's upgraded. Just on top of everything else that happens when it's upgraded. I don't know if that's a thing or not, so I'm gonna bring it up to you guys. It's already difficult enough to charge my signature, so I think I'm just gonna leave the shark mask there. Hey, you didn't go right this time. I know it's a new world we're living in. But, I mean, you gotta... Ow. Okay, that was my own fault for dodging right into it. Hey. Okay, so that was also my own fault for not understanding the lay of the land, so to speak. Sweet. So, just a little behind the scenes thing, I had tried this run actually Monday early afternoon before work, but I think some combination of being really tired and because of that some bad relic choices ended up costing me the run. So this is a secondary attempt with A, lessons learned, and being a little bit less tired. I will also plainly admit that there are just some better Arcana showing up this time around. There we go. You go ahead and take that now. Rushing Typhoon. Kind of makes a little bit more sense than Spiraling Typhoon, but again, I'm not too worried about it. Plus, Spiraling Typhoon is already upgraded, so yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. On the other hand, let's take the portal. Oh boy, glad I went that way. Now I know I was gonna have to eventually take the dead end for Cartographer's Quill. But, you know, it still feels a little embarrassing to be like, alright, let's see what sort of secrets we can find down here. Oh, jack shit. Ow! Why would you do that? Very rude. So is that statue, incidentally. How can the statue be rude? All it did was sit there. Exactly, it just sat there and got in my way. Could have got up and moved. Dark Sage, I'm not sure you know how statues work. No, I don't think you know how statues work. I think Dark Sage thinks he has a Dominion Rod. Alright, where's the last 2% on the map? Oh, down here. And just for OCD's sake, perfect. I don't really feel like I want to give Nocturne anything. Was there anything else worth picking up? gonna say no. Just save my money. Ow. There we go. Combo to death in the corner. There we go. That's gonna help. Please increase my resistance to Earth-based attacks, because I have been beaten down by Atlas before, and I'd rather that not happen. Too late to be getting cold feet. Honey, I'm wearing my winter boots. I'm fine. Okay, so that was kind of an embarrassing show there. So is that. I don't normally get hit by things like that. And wonderfully done. No thanks. So I will say this second time around with Leatherback is definitely going a lot better. Oh yeah, I'm a smart boy. Oh yeah, it's so smart. Okay, one of you is a mimic for sure, I saw it. Okay, this room can just go die in a fire. What the hell? Okay, that was a little much all at once. Second time with the fuzzy hand warmers? Dude, come on now. By the way, I make no exaggeration when I say that Leatherback is almost solely responsible for the climax of Pacific Rim, because without Leatherback and her, you know, electromagnetic pulse, the Jaegers would have won that fight. But it's entirely because I love bouncing bubble, but I can't justify it. But it's because she was able to disable the Jaegers that were out there that things happened the way they did. So they had to essentially pull out Gypsy Danger, even though they didn't want to. And the reason why Gypsy Danger could beat it was because, it tried its you know, bullshit tactic of disable your power source again, but it didn't work because Gypsy Danger runs on an older power source that isn't affected by its electromagnetic pulse. So there you go. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much the old anime trope of, oh, you think you're so cool because of your stuff? Well, my stuff is cooler. I'd rather not lose a bunch of health. It's a greater reward, admittedly, but this is basically just This is basically just a freebie. I hate all the Earth enemies. And it's pretty much you see what you get there. I see green, it just pisses me off. I'm sure some of you are like, okay, well if you know the name of the giant robot that beat Leatherback, do you know the names of the ones that it beat? I do not. I know one of them had this weird 3-arc thing going for it. Which, because of its in the movie universe, it was a revolutionary design. It was a Jaeger with 3 arms that required 3 pilots. I'm sure you're going, why did any of them require more than 1 pilot? It's odd movie logic. Again, it boils down to this is essentially a big budget animation. And the in-movie reason, or the in-universe reason, is because these things are so large and require so much from their pilots that it required 2 of them in order to handle the physical and mental strain of piloting. But what it really boils down to is it is an anime, and we need to find a way to ramp up drama. Alright, that guy had a really smug appearance and it was bothering me. There we go. Is this Cremier? I would like to finally sell him some of this garbage I've been holding on to. Like this. I don't need this. Frankly, you can also have this. It's only affecting 1 Arcana right now. I just don't care. Now, hopefully, Anders has some good stuff for me. You know, when I find it. Nice. Alley-oop right into some spikes. Why? 'Cause fuck you. I don't know. I don't mind Blazing Vault, but I'm not sure it really. The actual idea of just jumping and landing on someone with all your body weight, yeah, that makes sense. But fire doesn't make sense. No problem. Yeah, but Dark Sage, you already justified some spiraling typhoon with your BS. Can't you justify that? I can. I'm just not sure if I really want Blazing Vault. Is what it really boils down to. So I'm going to let that one stew in my brain for a bit whilst I pick up Wanderer's Mechanism and Bowser Shell. I thought it was the Stygian Turtle Shell. Yeah, Bowser Shell. Shut your mouth. And the Cobalt Firestone. I would like it if the Cobalt Firestone had a greater range to it. Gonna go all the way back there. Screw it, I'll take the portal. Yes, I know what happened there. The Cobalt Firestone melted the ice. And that is what happens when the fire meets the ice, Stones. There's nothing poetic about it, it's just, oh look! The fire melted the ice. Who could have seen that coming? Oh look, it's one of my most hated rooms. Fortunately, a little bit of poison damage went a long way there. Thank you, Reactive Vine Mail, for all that you do for me. And to the devs for deciding to give Reactive Vine Mail a buff. And to you who wear the green armor, I show you nothing but hatred and vitriol. For it is your shenanigans that bring pain to my body and my pride. Yeah, I know, that was kind of cheesy, wasn't it? Alright, where is the last 3%? I somehow miss it down here? I somehow missed it down here. No limited edition robe. I just don't think that's gonna help. There we go. Alright, well, counter rogue 3 times, I guess. I guess he really had a lot to say. There we go. Wonderfully done. Alright, and yes, I am going to pick up Blazing Vault. I think for the next few fights, Blazing Vault will actually be worth its weight in gold. Because I'll be able to jump over some garbage. Alright, I made an oops. That's right, with Shock Nova, you actually want to use that. You want to use it after you've gotten them stunned by something. You don't just throw it out. Because at this rank, they can actually recover from their dizziness before the Shock Nova gets off. Blazing Vault has a greater area of effect than I thought. Sir, what are you trapping me in your rocks for? I'll have you know that that this is sexual harassment and I don't have to take it. I don't know why I thought I still had use of that other Arcana. Oops. Okay, that was a finger slip. But again, that wouldn't be a problem if I didn't have such a sensitive D-pad. What are you doing to me, game? Now we'll switch this back. Ow. Alright, done and done. Alright, do we have anything else interesting? Why are you trying to sell me that? I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Upgraded Bouncing Surge, on the other hand, just because I've thrown so much BS into this whole, oh, but it works because of electromagnetics. You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna take it. Just to double down on all the crap that I made up in order to justify spells that I wanted. Just making up abilities that were never demonstrated by the What are we doing? Yeah, moves that were never demonstrated by the monster in universe. Screw it. I'm just giving it abilities. Fuck it. I am glad I justified my BS somehow, because I'm completely happy with having picked up Bouncing Surge, because he seems to want want this to be Null Flash City. And now I kind of want to write lyrics to a satirical song. Why a song? Because now I'm reminded of Detroit Rock City. Or if you guys think that there's a better option for satirical song lyrics, then by all means let me know, but I kind of like the idea of turning Detroit Rock City into Null Flash City. Sweet, Leatherback won this time. Alright, next theme run, I swear I won't pull that much BS just to justify spells that I like. Although, if you think about it, that's kind of the point of the theme runs anyway, is you're working under restrictions, so you have to find ways to justify what you want to pick up. It's complicated. And speaking of which, the next theme run poll is up. I actually posted it up yesterday before I left for work, and after I had that failed Leatherback run. But just to formally announce it, I wanted to go with two characters that were just plain cool. And cool is often denoted in shorthand by sunglasses. And there are two characters I can think of that wear sunglasses, whose names ironically both start with the letter J. So this week's theme run poll is Justice of Helltaker notoriety versus Johnny Cage of Mortal Kombat fame. So place your votes in the poll. The link to it will be in the description of the video down below. It will also be on my social media. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on Discord. So by all means, head over there, vote for who you think your favorite person wearing sunglasses whose name starts with the letter J should get their shot. And I will happily see you guys in the next video. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you